Any stories of bad job interviews? Oh yeah, I do have one. I remember one job interview where I felt like it was an interrogation. So it was a four-person table, right? That was the very first job interview I ever had. It was a four-person table. I was on one end, and there were 3 people on every other end of the table too. So it was me, and then left, right, and in front of me, I had an interviewer. And they were just hammering me with questions. Do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know this? And most answers were no. I don't know what that is. And then they kept asking, but do you know this? But do you know that? But do you know that? And yeah, it just kept on going like this. It was kind of an inquisition. I was asked questions. And for most of them, either I didn't have the experience or I didn't have the answer. I felt horrible. That was so uncomfortable. They didn't even try to make this comfortable for me. I think after 10 minutes I started stuttering and feel I didn't cry, but I felt like crying. I started stuttering and I felt like I'm dying, man. That was my first job interview, where it was a tobacco analyzing center. So they were basically, they had machines that burned off cigarettes and then they analyzed the gases. A really easy job, but they were like, do you know this? Do you know that? Have you done this before? Do you know how that works? And most of those questions were either no, or I tried to explain it and they didn't like my explanation. I felt so bad. I was so happy to get out of there. I was at a level where I was like, I don't even fucking care if I don't get the job. Just stop asking me questions and let me go. We all know I'm not gonna get this job, so just let me go. Release me from this. That was my very first job interview, and I thought I was well prepared. Not for something like this. No, I did not get that job. I don't think I left any positive impression on those guys, but the other way around, I had no positive impression of them either. Like, if I would have to work with those guys as my colleagues, fuck no. I would not like to meet any one of those people again. Pressure. Yeah, dude, it was pressure. Job PTSD. See, the thing is that it was the only time I failed a job exam, but it was also the only time where I was disgusted by the people that were interviewing me. It kind of felt like they tried to break me. That's what it felt like. They didn't really want me for the job, they just wanted to see if they can break me. Next day you'll have your first job interview and now you're scared. The setup of sitting in the middle, one left, one right, one in the front, and left question, right question from the front. Just hammering at you. You don't know this, what? You don't know that? They made me feel bad. They made me feel bad about it too, right? They made me feel bad about not knowing these answers. They're like, you went to that school, right? You should know that, and all that stuff. They were shaming me. They were shaming me for the things that I didn't know. Good times. That was a great interview. Can totally recommend. The thing is, it kinda made me ready for the next one, because I was like, okay, this is the worst that can happen, but at least now I'm prepared for it.